What is going on, beautiful people? Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to a brief overview of a dope game, my new series designed to turn you on to awesome games that you might not have known about otherwise. I'm your host, BouseFeenux, and what you're looking at here is quite possibly my newest addiction. This game is called Duelyst, and it's available to play for free on Mac and PC through Steam. I'm super excited to show you what it's all about, so let's jump in. At its simplest, Duelyst is described by the developers as the ultimate collectible tactics game. Now, that's a pretty lofty statement from where I'm sitting, but the more and more I play this game, the harder it gets to deny those words. So, let's elaborate on what Duelyst actually is. If I had to describe it, I would say that Duelyst is essentially the love child of Final Fantasy Tactics and Hearthstone. You have a deck of 40 cards, and when you play them, they come to life on the battlefield, where you can then maneuver each character on your turn, which forces you to think strategically. This is a game about positioning and forward thinking. You aren't just laying cards down on a battlefield here and swinging back and forth at your opponent. Now, I know that may sound a little complicated and scary because even I'm not the best at tactics games, but you'll be relieved to know that this game is very new player friendly. When you start, you'll be given a champion called your general who aligns with the faction that you essentially build a deck around. As you play against the AI opponents, you'll unlock more generals and therefore have access to different decks, each with their own strategy and playstyles. As far as the new player experience goes, the game does a fantastic job of getting you right into the action without overwhelming you, and there's a quest system in the game that keeps you on the right path of learning the game and earning rewards at the same time. And because I know you guys are going to mention it, there is a mana mechanic much like Hearthstone where you can gain an increasing amount of gems per turn to summon units and cast spells. But honestly, a lot of games are doing this sort of thing nowadays, and who can blame them after seeing the success of a game like Hearthstone and its mechanics, but this is where the similarities stop. Unlike Hearthstone, you're allowed to replace a unit in your hand during every turn. This greatly reduces the amount of RNG in the game and allows you to play more on skill than luck. Also, there's no Yogg meta yet, so you guys can enjoy that. But Bouse, this is a free-to-play game, right? What's the model like in it? Is it super pay-to-win? You might be asking. Honestly, no. You can't buy individual cards, and there's no trading. Also, from what I've seen, just about everything in-game, including cosmetics, can be purchased by using one of two currencies. You have gold, which you can use to buy the game's packs, called Spirit Orbs, and Spirit, which you get from disenchanting cards that you don't want. Both of these currencies are fairly easy to get by just playing the game. And speaking of playing the game, there are currently 5 ways to play. You have the practice mode, which pits you against an AI opponent, the season ladder, which is basically the ranked mode that awards prizes, solo challenges, which are a great way to learn the game and earn gold, a draft mode where you build a deck from a set of available cards, and lastly, you can play with friends, but unfortunately, you won't get anything but bragging rights by doing that. Moreover, as a quick side note, this really doesn't have anything to do with the gameplay, but I felt like I should mention that this game actually has a fairly deep lore. If you visit the game's codex section, you can learn more about the world you're playing in, and the more you play the game, the more lore you unlock. I know some of you may not have an interest in this sort of thing, but this level of detail shows me that the devs really care about their game and work hard to give it life. As for my final thoughts on Duelyst, I highly recommend giving it a chance. It's free, so you're not losing out on anything but a few minutes of your time. The games play fast, and the new player experience is really well designed, so you never really feel at a loss on what to do next. On top of that, the visuals are amazing, and the hand-drawn look of the stages mixed with the pixel art aesthetic of the characters really makes this game stand out. Not to mention, winning a game through your own wit and skill is immensely satisfying and addicting. But that's gonna do it for me today, folks, as we take a look at Duelyst, the free-to-play collectible tactics game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider leaving a like down below to support more content like this. And if you're new here, give a thought to subscribing. It's free, and if I get enough of you hanging around, we could probably gather enough evidence to prove that Harambe was an inside job. Until next time, though, I'm BouseFeenux. I'll see you at the next episode, and as always, thank you so much for watching.